Faceless priest of Latacunga. My grandfather told me this terrifying history about some time that happened many years ago in Latacunga, Ecuador, a cold city surrounded by mountains and the Cotopaxi volcano. It was after midnight and the town was silent while most people were sleeping. A group of villagers was walking slowly toward an old abandoned church at the end of the street. They were looking for forbidden night because they believed they had committed terrible sins. While they were walking through the dark street, they were feeling nervous as if someone was following them. A cold wind was blowing strongly and was shaking the trees around the church. The building looked dark and broken. Some candles were burning weakly inside and their light was flickering on the walls. Suddenly, the heavy wooden door opened by itself. While they were looking at each other in fear, a soft cry was coming from the corner of the church. When they turned, they saw the pale figure of a ghost child. The child was standing in the shadow and was staring at them without moving. While they were watching him, the child slowly raised his hand and pointed toward the altar. At that moment, a horrible roar came from outside. A mutant animal similar to a wolf but larger and deformed, jumping through a broken window. Its eyes were glowing red while it was walking slowly around them, showing its sharp teeth. While the villagers were stepping back in terror, a strong wind light suddenly appeared above the church. From that light, a small alien creature slowly descended. It was floating silently and was observing every time with its large black eyes. Then the side priest near the altar. He was wearing a long black robe and was standing completely still, while the villagers were kneeling and confessing their sins with trembling voice. The priest was not moving and was not speaking. Suddenly the church bells began ringing loudly even though no one was touching them. Then the priest slowly lifted a heap. At that moment, they saw the horrible truth. Head high, no face, there were no eyes, no mouth, no nose, only a pale, empty surface. While they were staring in absolute terror, the candles suddenly flared with a red light. The faceless priest began to float above the floor. The ghost child was crying in the darkness, the mutant animal was howling loudly, and the alien was watching silently. The air was becoming colder and heavier. Then the church door slammed shut. While the faceless priest was slowly moving toward them, they felt as if someone was pulling their soul out of their bodies. They tried to scream, but no sound was coming out. Finally, with their last strength, they ran toward the door and forced it open. They escaped into the freezing night and ran through the empty street without looking back. People in Latacunga still say that if you walk near the church after midnight, you can hear bees crying and children crying in the darkness and sometimes on inside. and some sign the faceless priest is still fighting for the next confession.